Hi, I'm Michael Killen. Have you ever thought about being a TV talk show host or a TV journalist? Well, on this program, I'm going to interview a young woman who has very rapidly become an important TV talk show host and journalist in the greater San Jose, California area. Her name is Heather Durham. Heather, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, but thank you for coming on the show. And I'd like to ask, first of all, how many years have you been a TV talk show host?
About 2.5 now. So
2.5 years?
yeah, 2009.
Okay. 2009. And what is the name of your show?
It's Silicon Valley, Technology, Art, Green, and Sustainability, svtags.org.
Okay, you know, it's a lot of words, but I heard sustainability, I heard green, I heard art, I heard tech. You cover an awful lot of areas.
We do. Yeah, we do.
But when I hear sustainability and green, it makes me think you are interested in helping your guests share important social messages. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, you're very right. Yeah, we've had a lot of amazing guests on the show that are doing some interesting things in those areas.
Okay, do you want to name one or two?
Well, let's see. Last summer we had the Air Quality Board on and Clara, and they were setting up some classes, some residential green building classes to teach people about greening up their homes. Yeah.
Okay, when you say the Air Quality Board, who are they, just briefly?
Well, the Air Quality Board is in charge of, I think it's 9 different counties, and they help with the air quality. So, you know, smog, car pollution, burning of wood on certain days when it's a high pollution day. Yeah.
Okay, they track emissions.
They do track. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they let us know if it's a day where we shouldn't be burning or driving our car as much and commuting more.
And would you put Clara into perspective for us?
Oh, so Clara does a lot of amazing things. They have Green at Home program. They have the Be the Change program, which is an environmental leadership program.
Didn't you take that program?
I did, and I just graduated from that program. Clara was very kind, and from what I'm doing with SVTags, asked me to join in, and there's a great group of people that are doing some amazing things with that program.
Now, with that program, am I correct? You must select a project.
Yes,
and drive it forward. Do you select one?
Well, I had been asked to come and film some of their speakers. So, you know, I went into it thinking I was just, you know, going to move forward with the SV tags. And then I started thinking that maybe I would do a community garden, but I decided that I was just going to keep moving forward with my SV tags and launch the other branches of what I wanted to do with that.
When you say SV tags, what's that mean, SV tags?
So SV tags is the Silicon Valley, and tags being technology, art, green, and sustainability.
Oh, so you turned it into an acronym.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Played around with the words a little. And
so your project was to take a look at the students, the other, and they're all mostly adults, I think, your age or older maybe, and then to try to interview them and capture the essence of what they're trying to do with their projects. Was that it?
Well,
no?
So each person picks a project. So one person had a community garden type thing that they do. So let's say there's an elderly person in your community that would love to have a garden. They have the space, but maybe they don't have the hands that work anymore. And this person, I don't remember the name of the project, but she would bring the community in that neighborhood together to be able to plant a garden in that home or other homes. Mine, I, as you know, have a TV show, but the idea was to do an educational website with legs. Educational events, how-to events, speaking engagements, etc. And so been doing the show 2 years when they invited me in. Now it's been 2.5, or I guess a little bit less than 2.5 years, or 2 years at that time. And so I decided to really push hard and move forward with the rest of it. So we started doing meetup events this year, and to educate public on different examples of things that you can do in those categories. And for example, one of them is taking garbage and making art. And so the first meetup we had in January was, I took a few famous artists in the area, one in Palo Alto, Rochelle Ford, and some other little known artists, and we had a how-to event, how to take things and make it into art. So that's an example of moving forward with my project. But there were several projects. There's people that were doing water projects, just different things.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're very environmentalist. You're very much concerned with doing good. That's clear. But you said something, a TV show with legs.
Yeah, well, educational website with legs.
What's that mean, with legs?
So when I came up with the idea in 2006 and played around with the words tags, technology, art, green, and sustainability, and came up with the TAGS acronym, the idea was to be a website that would share information with the public so they could decide if people were bringing out greenwashing products or if they were really products that were cool, or new technologies that the rest of the world might want to hear about that's being, born and raised here in Silicon Valley. And so it was an idea to do an educational website with legs, and the legs being the video, and et cetera, and et cetera. So in 2006, I came up with the idea, didn't really do anything with that, put it on the back burner, and then I actually started with one of the legs, which was the TV show. So we're starting to do the other legs now.
Okay, so when you use the word legs, it's like the pillars that hold up some kind of abstract or thing you're developing, or that's what.
Or like a branch off a tree.
Like
so there's the tree trunk, and then you've got these branches.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, now you're into orchards and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I'm very interested. Not every woman or guy goes out and becomes a TV journalist. What in your background motivated you to become one?
Well, I think sharing of information is important, and I went to San Jose State and went for marketing and journalism, and hadn't been really using that side of my talents or my brain, and I just decided that there needed to be some more information on these topics, and so that's what led me to CreaTV in San Jose and becoming a journalist. And,
now that's good, but it's not good enough. I mean, you said you made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you make? Were you a little girl who had this gigantic, powerful mother who muffled you and didn't let you speak?
No.
What is it that made you want to be a TV journalist?
I just, again, I thought there was a need for sharing some information that wasn't being shared. And some of it is the startup stories that you don't hear about until they're maybe the Serious Energy, Serious Materials, that used to actually be Quiet Solutions, and they've changed their name a couple times. And they've been to the White House and have gotten funding. And of course you hear about them when they've done these great things. But you have all these other great startups and the art thing, just different things that you don't really hear about. So I really wanted there to be a voice for that, and then also to spread that information that I was learning and researching. Okay. And I love research, so.
Good. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but Barbara Walters?
Yeah.
She always asks these personal, emotional questions, and I still did not hear what is in you that drives you to want to help other people share information with the public.
It just woke up and said this is something I had to do. I did take a radio television class years ago in 96, or no, sorry, probably 86. And I liked it, but I didn't really think much about it, that's something for me. Okay. And a friend of mine that had actually been producing a show, and it's called Issues Today in San Jose, he'd been producing a show for, 13 years, and talked about how CreaTV was looking for a producer. And I had wanted to do the video portion of this and knew that that's something that, with YouTube and the different marketing things that people are doing, that it was really going to be a way to share information in the future. And so after meeting with him, and he couldn't remember the name of the nonprofit because he was actually a little bit upset that the time slot was changing, and it'd been the same for 13 years. And, again, the light bulb just kind of went off, and I thought, I can do this. I like researching. I like being, a person to share information. Okay. And I had started a Twitter account that year after speaking on a panel with one of the founders of Blogger.com and someone that worked at Autodesk. So. All
right. Now, I know you have become a very successful talk show host in a very short period of time, but I want you to know, to get my answer, I know your mother, and I'm going to go to her, and I'm going to ask her what motivated you to become a TV journalist. But I'd like to shift now to another topic. I'm aware that the county of Santa Clara is about to launch a seminar having to, I think they call it Energy Upgrade California. And I know you have signed up to go to this event, which will be in the county building, July 29th. Why?
So it's very soon.
Why do you want to go to that kind of event?
Well, I think it's important to learn about this information, and I know a little bit, but I feel like I'm kind of a newbie in this field, even though I've been in the green building and this space for probably since 2005 now. So Energy Upgrade California is part of the Department of Energy, is funding this program, and Santa Clara County's sustainability programs there. I'm not really sure what they're doing. I'm kind of interested in learning about what they're doing. I do know that Energy Upgrade California is putting together these programs so that homeowners can partner with contractors who can come in and tighten up your home so you can save money. And there are rebates and there are grants and things out there. So they're trying to share that information. So I'm interested in learning about it.
Okay. I like the thing, I think you just gave me the clue. You said you want to learn about it, and it's sort of new. And if you want to learn about it, that's probably because it's new. And you know, there's been a lot of other rebate kinds of energy programs, and I'm sure you have a lot of detail and knowledge about them. But apparently this one is new, and the county is probably putting this on, needless to say, to help inform the real estate people, the people who have homes and other types of home assets that don't know that there's an opportunity to improve the energy efficiency of the home and to get paid for doing it.
Yeah. I know specifically that this program has certified, or I don't know how they call it, contractors that have gone through the Energy Upgrade California, again, the Department of Energy's training. So you can't just be any contractor to go in and do this. And I believe they're having training there for contractors as well. When I registered, it asked if I was a homeowner or if I was a contractor. And of course, I put homeowner, not contractor. And it was interesting, when you registered, it would let you add 10 people. And I added 10 people, but then it booted me out and I went back and registered again, and I just sent the link onto those 10 people that might be interested, that are contractors, and other people that are interested. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the rebate is. I think it's anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000, depending on what you do to your home. Yeah. But it's interesting because there are a lot of rebate programs. I mean, there's programs in Santa Clara County Water that if you rip your lawn out, they'll give you money back for doing that, for saving money. I don't know exactly how much, but to conserve water, because that's important.
Yeah. I, like you, have decided to go to that event because I would like to learn more about it. And why did you laugh when I said I'm going to go?
Well, I guess you're going to go because you've got a great painting that's going to be there.
Yeah.
So, and the name of the painting again is?
Well, the exhibition that the painting is always in is called As Bold as California.
Okay. And
somehow or another, I think you and I have a similarity in personalities.
I think so.
You are bold. You are a bold young lady.
I am a little bold.
And I'm just a little bold. So at this event, my painting, Sustainability, which is 24 feet, is going to be on display.
Which I got to see it last week. It was amazing. Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to the event at the City Hall.
Yeah.
Palo Alto, which strives always to be and to be seen as a leader in investments, high-tech, social movements, government, etc., insisted that they put on an art exhibition and to be the first in the nation to do my art exhibition, As Bold as California. And in that event, yes, we did show the 24-foot painting. But I'm not asking you to say it was a wonderful painting, but
Oh,
I want to ask.
it is amazing. It's a great painting, and anybody watching should go to one of your events coming up that's going to have it. So, yeah.
Okay, all right, but what did you learn, or in terms of meeting the different people there, what did you get out of it?
Well, it was an interesting mix of people, and I brought some friends who probably would have normally not gone to it, and they enjoyed it. They enjoyed seeing the painting and meeting some of the folks there, and the great food, which was gone by the time I got there. I got there late, so apologies for that. But yeah, it was interesting, and I got to meet one of the ladies from the sustainability, the County of Santa Clara's sustainability program, I guess it is.
Charlene Larson.
Yes, yeah, and you know, visit with some people that I hadn't seen in a while as well, and so it was a really good mix of people, and got to meet some new friends. Yeah.
Now, your friends, did you tell them you were going to an exhibition called As Bold as California, and did you leave it at that, or did you also tell them it's going to be on sustainability?
Well, I told them that they had to come because it was going to be this great sustainability painting, and also you had been a guest on my show the previous day. And one person actually lives in Palo Alto, and we tend to not come up to Palo Alto a lot, so we all came up to visit her, and everybody loved it. So, yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to go now to a fourth subject. And, all right, I think it's wonderful that in 2.5 years, you have mastered, to a good extent, the art of being a TV journalist.
Well, thank you.
And a wonderful interviewer. Where are you going to go next in terms of developing yourself to be an even more successful? What are you working on in terms of your skills and your techniques?
Well, the thing that I just finished with Actera was an amazing program, and I would recommend it for anybody. And I read a lot, and I've always thought about maybe going back for a law degree or a different degree, a master's degree. But with the show, it gives me the ability to research and do a lot of research. I also do marketing and public relations, and the last few days I've been kind of knee-deep in a press release I'm going to be doing for somebody. So I guess that's another reason that I started the show, is I love research. And in marketing and advertising and in journalism, you get to research a lot. So I look forward to working with people on more shows coming up, and not just here in Silicon Valley and other places as well. So maybe traveling to look at different things.
Okay.
There's in San Francisco, there's a school that I just heard about that's using a technique that they have in France to cut down on heat penetration in buildings. And it's these giant trellises, basically, that greenery grows at. And France is one of the #1 places that uses that on their buildings. So I'd love to go there and maybe film on it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you say you like to research.
I do.
So would I be correct to say the television show gives you the credentials and an entree into a great number of people who have different areas of knowledge that interest you, and it makes it easy for you to reach out to them and pull them in, and then what do you do with them? Pick their brain?
Yeah, well, actually, it has given me the opportunity to, go to places like the Clean Tech Open or West Coast Green, or in Sacramento, there's something that happens annually for government people and cities, which is the Green Tech Summit. And we have a show produced on that. I think it's one of 2 on-location shows that we've produced. Mostly everything's been at the studio so far. So yeah, last fall I got to meet Ariana Huffington, which I would have to say, if I had a goal to be like somebody, it would be like her. She's got such a great media empire and like 35 books written. So yeah, it's been a great tool to get to meet people and get information from people.
So that's sort of like your idol, another woman, a very famous woman, and 35 books. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to wash my hand for about an hour after meeting her, because she walked with her to her limo with me and said, "Do some green blogging for me," in her great accent. And so it's kind of one of my goals this year too, is to do a little more blogging.
And how did you feel when you were with it? Does she come across as a nice human being?
She seems very nice. She would actually, I think I even mentioned to her that she seemed like some of my Portuguese side of the family members with that Greek accent. Yeah.
Oh, it's Greek. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't realize that.
She's Greek, yeah.
By the way, I tried reading one of her books. She did a book about that thick on Picasso.
Right. One of her first ones.
Oh, could be.
And you did you finish it?
No, I didn't finish it. But I was able to get some knowledge of Picasso in his early days in France, and how he designed some stage sets for operas or plays or whatever, and it gave me a foundation. And I guess I didn't finish it because I had to move on to so many other projects. So it seems to me this green is very important to you.
It is pretty important. One of the boards that I'm still working with right now is the Green Chamber of Commerce, and they're not a 501c3. They're, I think, a 501c4 or C5. So they do have a little bit of a political agenda, which most 501c3s don't. And they're pushing the green initiative, green jobs, green companies, making sure that companies aren't greenwashing. So yeah, I think it is pretty important, and I think it is something that we all are hoping, will help everybody in the future with jobs and the economy.
Now, are you a 501c3?
I'm not at this point. Yeah.
But you're working on becoming one?
We'd like to be, yeah.
Why?
Well, because we are an educational program, and we want to create other educational events and materials.
And how will the 501c3 help you?
Well, it'll help us with getting grants and other things that'll push forward the educational agenda.
Yes, and I just want to add there are some organizations that will not give money out unless you are a 501c3.
This is true. Yeah.
And so sure, it's probably good to obtain that status. And I noticed when I went to your studio, and I also noticed when you came to the event in, as bold as California, in Palo Alto, you had a lot of people with you. And I got the feeling a lot of them were interns.
Oh, no, they were just friends. Yeah, I have a lot of friends.
You have a lot of friends.
I do,
great.
Yeah.
And how many interns do you have?
Right now I have one intern and I have a media specialist.
Oh, that's good. And what do your interns do for you?
Well, the interns take the film that we produce at CreaTV and they post it and create DVDs, and hopefully we'll be doing some more editing too. We have about 42 on-location places we've gone to. So an eco-farming conference and some other things that we need to make into a film. Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to make a film?
We'll make into little shows, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Take the film and make it into something.
Okay. CreaTV, when they broadcast their show, what is their area of distribution?
I think it's 170,000 households.
Okay.
Yeah. And then our show airs in Santa Cruz right now, too, and hopefully one day here in the Media Center. Yeah.
Okay. And now, we only have a few more minutes left. And if you have a question that you would, because
I just want to know if you're going to teach people how to do art, because this is amazing.
All
the
right.
artwork behind you is amazing, and the art that you did for the city, and that's going to Moffett as well?
It is going to NASA in Ames. And in fact, I just came back today from a meeting with the Mucky Mucks at NASA. I hope they see that as a compliment. And they want my big painting, As Bold as California, in their facility, in their the newest building in NASA, which is the most energy efficient in the entire.
And that'll be done like in 6 months. It's a LEED Gold or LEED Platinum building, yeah.
Well, it's almost done right now. It's going to be turned over to them from, I think let me just interrupt. There is Lily Frank. When I was painting working on touching up my painting in the City Hall.
What a great photo.
You know, this young 8-year-old young lady from New York came by, and I asked her if she'd help me do a little work. But sometimes a little child can do a lot better. The building is going to be really operational November 1, 2011. And my painting is to be hung a day before that in the main lobby, okay? And I was informed today that NASA is putting together a VIP list. And oh, there's the painting right now.
Oh, great.
You know, just 24 feet.
Yeah, and you really need to see it up close to see all the great details in there.
Right.
It's wonderful.
And NASA told me they're going to be inviting Congress, men and women, senators, heads of governments, city governments, the mayor, the governor of California, the head of the Department of Energy, EPA, and a lot of other organizations, and our president. And I said, that's
wow.
Fine. And they said, we want your painting in the lobby, certainly when we open and when the VIP party comes. And we would like you to also speak. You are on the speaking list, which I think is very lovely of them. And then they asked me a question about hanging. And I said to them, look, I have so little experience. I've only been in about 4 art exhibitions in my life. I'm not the kind of person you want to ask for. All right, so that's one question you asked. You have another one?
Well, so again, the art to me is, you know, you met my mother tonight. She's an artist. My Aunt Dolores is an artist. They took summer sessions at Stanford in Mexico. And my Aunt Dolores taught art. And I think it's so important. And it's so sad that, you know, unfortunately it's been taken out of California schools. And one of the reasons I put art in the title of my show and the title of the educational website was because I think it's, you know, we're such a rich community that we should give back to the art for the kids.
Good. Shut the show down now. Would you tell them your name and say goodnight, all right?
Heather Durham, and thanks for having me.